Aloha my kako, this is Oracle of the Golden Spiral. Today we're going to be doing a reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to be using the Vice Versa Tarot. And so how I work with this tarot is a little bit different. So I apologize. It may seem upside down to you this time around. Usually I try to face it the other way, but it's just not flowing. I tried to do that earlier, it's just not flowing. So it's gonna be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What are the message for Scorpio, please? Current energies for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Take one from the middle of the deck. And Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. It seems like in the past, there was disappointment on something that you were building for your future, something you were really proud of, something that you thought was going somewhere and was going to be left as a legacy. You were very invested in it, did a lot of work, and it seems as if you turned around one day and were like, am I doing this by myself? So there was inevitably what happened was there was some disappointment. And so right now we are working on healing some of that. Right now it looks like you have internally, you're looking for the best way to move forward. You are taking a look at each of the individual parts of whatever this situation was, to go ahead and to determine what is, what lessons can I take from this? What can I utilize in my future to actually build that Three of Pentacles that we saw earlier? I think that you may not be yet at the point where you are good with the fact that like lessons learned are valuable for the future. You may not be at that point yet. I mean, we all know that as a basic understanding, but in this particular scenario, you may not be at that point yet, although you are searching for them, funny enough. Like, how do I explain this? So there's a lot of whys that we're asking, but we haven't completely moved into the realm of these are the things that happen, this is what I've learned from it, and valuing those things as growth and depth as you move forward. And I think that as you move forward in your life, you'll reflect on these experiences and be like, wow, I'm really glad I went through that, because now I know exactly how to deal with this. And that will come with time. Right now, you're just creating, there's a lot of a lot of this is happening internally. And so it really is about taking stock of what you feel is an injustice, and trying to devise how you move forward in the world, creating more justice in your wake, right? So you could be looking up at the night sky at times and reflecting, or, you know, going through what has transpired or conversations that have transpired. And I think that right now, every time, like in the morning, in the morning period, you're like, you greet the day with like the optimism and working through opportunity to move forward. But at night, you may be reflecting on things that had happened, or things that are missing from that day, and asking a lot of why. Let's get a little bit further into this. Let's see, that might be too far. Okay. Yeah, there was a great injustice that was done to you. And what you're going to, a little earlier I was speaking to, you know, seeing those lessons in the future as you move through life. You're going to see how those things, how the things that you experienced in whatever this situation is, how those things, how you'll be grateful for them because of the lessons that you that you've learned and the experience that you've gained from it. And I think that what the universe would like you to know is that there may be some pain from injustice that's going on, and we're trying to heal it. But in stepping out of that and being able to set yourself free from that, that is justice within itself. So if you, in your current situation, are being able to, you know, if that pain is lessened throughout the day, if you're having moments of inspiration, moments of joy, you know, even if it's with other people or family or friends, those moments will grow, and you'll be able to kind of shed the pain and torture that you've, you know, experienced. If this is a romantic relationship, I feel that it's challenging for you to move forward, because even though you know that maybe you can't win for losing in this situation, there were moments, I don't know how to put this, but like okay, so even if it ended in fighting and conflict and strife and, you know, mental gymnastics, at one point that may have been, you know, the kind of back and forth, the kind of you know, flirty arguments that were very intellectual in nature may have, you know, that may have been one of the greater points at that time. It's just somewhere along the line it turned darker. And so healing needs to be done in that respect. Because what the feeling I'm getting is that it could make you hesitant to have that kind of banter, which is really kind of interesting and exciting. I mean, for a Leo, that's what we do. So I can understand that. But I think there may be a hesitation in that for the future, because in this scenario, it turned a little dark. Take time to have moments of enjoyment. I see that you still, despite everything that's happened, you still have the ability to face the world with a fresh, still engaging in a very pure, very light of heart, emotional way. And so that is definitely that kind of feeling, having those moments, engaging in those types of moments, like I was talking about earlier, you know, throughout your day, if you find that you're engaging in those types of moments more and more as time goes on, that will have a distinct effect on your healing. Let's see. I'm gonna get one more on this. I don't want to focus on that, but okay. Universe is asking you in the current to take a look at what is the commonality in better moments, in times you spend with friends, in times that you experience joy and celebration, and you know, that communal engagement. And because whatever it is that you learn from that experience is really going to teach you something about yourself, and is going to be I think the reason that this is explaining it this way is because it's going to help with the furtherance of, like, this area right here is real beautiful, and so it's going to help with the furtherance of this healing that needs to happen. We're not quite complete with it yet, because I think that, again, we're not sure how to move in that realm. We're not sure yet what it's going to take to have that happen. And I think their guidance is saying, take a look at these times of enjoyment and fulfillment, and see, maybe find 5 moments in the past, you know, year that you've had, or a couple years that you had, or maybe, you know, 5 top moments in your lifetime, because whatever that commonality, 5 best moments of your life, whatever that commonality is going to teach you a lot about who you are and what lies within you as to, it's like the key to Scorpio's happiness. And true community and partnership and emotional fulfillment. Okay. I'm gonna pull this back. I'm sorry. Pull this back. And I'm gonna split this deck one more time. Okay. Yeah. Give me some clarity on this, please. Okay. I think the reason it's asking you to do that is because although you are going to really be more discerning as time goes on, if we don't get rid of the heaviness, if we aren't able to, release some of these, I mean, you have the 14 of swords here. If at times if we're not going to be able to release this, what's going to end up happening when we feel this weight and this burden, this is going to show up not just at night when we're asking the whys and we can't sleep. It's also going to be those moments. Those moments are going to move into our reality and our daytime. You're going to attract that energy, because what you don't realize is that energy is going to exude from you. So the challenge really is to not be jaded by this, to find our healing, to experience those moments, the three, with the 3 of Cups, and finding that inner light, so that we can not be cold and shut down in our experience, right? And have the world show us what we look like on the inside when we carry around and continue to harbor that. And so that is a guidance from the universe. And if you were to go ahead and do that, you would be able to, one more. Yeah, one more. If you're able to close that out within yourself, what ends up happening is actually quite beautiful, because it really becomes your sword of truth and victory, instead of, the coldness and the harshness and the protection. It becomes something that we can utilize for victory and for success. And nothing is more powerful than feeling like, right, who is the King of Wands? The King of Wands is the self-made man. He's accomplished everything because of his passions and has much to be proud of. And that inner fire is what helps him create his entire empire. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, they're the passion suit of the tarot. And, feeling confident in themselves, feeling as if they know. It's about taking these 10 wands and making them into something first of all, put them down. You can't do anything with them strapped to your back. But, you know, it's about taking them and building something that's going to, that is really about your creative fire, your passions, and something that's going to sustain you for the long term. I don't know, besides the Sun card, if I have another favorite card in the tarot besides the Ace of Swords. And so whatever that victory and triumph is going to be for you, it's going to come by releasing, right? This is healing, by figuring out the way to your happiness, releasing this feeling here, and moving into your personal truth and your and having that what is it called? True self-confidence, that you can really build anything in this world. Spirit says so, and if Spirit says so, it is true. As above, so below. My best to you, Scorpio. I wish you much success and healing. Thank you for your time. Mahalo.